Three, two, one. Can't see the screen. Hey! Woo! Welcome in. How's it going? How are you? My lovely, my favorite, much love, Trav here as we are playing with the Faether Vial deck. I'm going to lead off with the Serum Visions. Go looking for lands. I think it would be okay to start with the Fairy Conclave and go for the Spell Starter Sprite. Yeah, so we're playing with this Blue-Red Fairies deck. It's going to be cool. Talking about various things going on in my life, try to share with you a couple powerful things I've learned today or learned this week. If I can help you move your day from an 8 to a 9 or from a 9 to a 10, then it's been a success for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm okay with the Scalding Tarn. I think I like the Tech Edge also. We just want lands. I don't know if we'll get to the Tech Edge because we're going to draw the Tarn next turn so that we have the option of Lightning Bolting. Aether Vial? Soul Warden. Interesting, very interesting. Scalding Tarn. Ship the turn. Maybe I should have grabbed the Tech Edge so we could go Spell Stutter into Pestermite because we really want those untapped lands. Soul's Attendant. On one hand, I would like to Sprite. On the other hand, I'm concerned about Lightning Bolt or Path happening to counteract that. And I bet you there's a Norn the Wary coming, or another Soul Warden. I'm okay with the basic mountain. I think we have enough blue. And I'm going to throw down a Spell Stutter Sprite to counter. Yeah, so today, just building momentum, how to build momentum in life, just reinvest. If something's working, reinvest in that. If one thing you're doing with your time is working, put more time into it. If something you're doing with your money is working, put more money into it. That's my thought. Considering passing the turn versus attacking, so if we can get Soul's Attendant down, that'd be great, but I don't know if we have how much life we have. I kind of like the Spell Starter Sprite to dissuade the Wardens from attacking, and we could maybe infinite combo later. I'm gonna not attack on this turn. Actually, I am going to attack. I don't know. That's a really tough. Like, who's the beatdown? Shout out to Mike Flores. Your move. Momentum in my life. I've got business momentum. I've got game shape is growing and it's awesome. The mastermind is getting good results for everyone and that is awesome. So I want to play Spell Stutter Sprite. I'm concerned about it getting bolted, but I think this one is just too important to counter. If it gets bolted, then that sucks. Alright, it got countered. But that Thalia's Lieutenant seemed like a problem. Norn the Wary. Okay, so we're going to have to win this game. First of all, through an obnoxious array of triggers. But I would say the most realistic way to make this happen is through Kiki Jiki combo. Whenever a player casts a spell or attacks, exile Norn the Wary. So what do we want to do on this turn? I want to get Sword of Feast and Famine down as soon as possible. Now seems like a fine time to do that. I want to bolt a Soul's Attendant. Now seems like a good time to do that. Just get the sword down ASAP. And since we're going to win with infinite life, possibly through a mean grind, I'm not going to attack this turn. Actually, I'm going to attack with one Sprite. Hold one back to block the Soul's Attendant. And ship the turn. Beautiful day, sun's coming out. It rained buckets today. It's rained more than today than all the days combined that I've been back here since May, which is crazy. That's an estimation. It's possible that it's not true, but it was like flooding this morning. 9 a.m. was really cool. Really cool to watch seasons change. Another Soul's Attendant is annoying, so that's going to stop our infinite combo from happening. Of missed because there's 2 life gained for each guy we make, so we're gonna need a lightning bolt. And there's a Genesis chamber. That could actually maybe benefit us. No, that's not going to benefit us. So in order to win, we will have to. Uh, yeah, it's so awkward. Maybe I should have held up Sprite for Norin to prevent that from happening. It's cool how Norin's just like immune to removal. Pretty badass. So it makes sense to attack, get rid of the opponent's last. We won. Why did we win? Conceded from the game. I thought we weren't going to win. How did we win? Why did the opponent concede? How is this a winning position for us? Did they have to leave? We won the match. I guess so. Um, bonus match. Let's do a bonus match. One needed. We're in. Against Dustin136. Bonus match today. Wow. Well, was it because I played really slow? I don't think so. I'd have to check the clock. I'm gonna mulligan. I think I played at a reasonable pace. I'm gonna mulligan that one. Hi, have fun. It was a mediocre draw. I'm gonna keep this one and put that on the bottom. We're looking for lands. This is the second time that I've been kind of met on Fairy Conclave. I might bump it from a 4 to a 3 to a 2 to the 1. Homeboy tripping here, no, I got a gun. What is that, Tipsy? Jaquan, 17-year-old Jaquan. That was a party banger, though. In 2006 or whatever, right? Anyone? Who was there? Who was alive at that time? Other thoughts. Oh yeah, so I just finished reading The Game by Neil Strauss. I know some of you are already gonna have a reaction to that, like, I mentioned I was reading My Secret Garden by Nancy Friday in the last video. I definitely think the game is. I'm gonna play an island and Vial, and then we're gonna start Vision for Lance. Conclave kind of fucked us. The game is written by this guy Neil Strauss, who is a writer for the Rolling Stones, the New York Times, and he got into the whole pickup artistry thing and to an extreme degree. And it's, if anything, it's a hilarious tale. It's definitely like sad in some ways and pathetic in other ways. And you get the sense that a lot of these gurus just don't have it figured out at all. But on the other hand, it's useful in some ways. Some of the stuff they do works, or some of the stuff is enlightening. But you don't have. Well, there's so many styles, like of social styles. Like there's no. You get the sense that there's no correct way, one correct way to live or to be. Interesting. So this Tarn, how are we gonna win this game? We're gonna combo. That's how. So we're gonna get to the 4th land and we're gonna Pestermite. I'm gonna crack this so that we can Serum Vision. So we're gonna go looking for a few lands and a Kiki Jiki, and that's how we're gonna win. So I'm not sure if that's on my recommended book list yet, but I've got we have 3 lands. There's the 4th land, which we don't necessarily need. Put that on the bottom, but I'm gonna keep it because it will cause us to win in 2 turns. So Serum Visions and then bottom the Mutavault. I'll keep this Serum Vision so we can go ahead and look again. And then pretty much just try not to die for 2 turns and find Kiki Jiki and win. That's the hope, if not the goal. F6. Yeah, Pestermite untapping a land is the game plan. Also, just really entertaining, hilarious story. Just a hilarious story. just hilarious, really funny. Siege Rhino, alright, well we're about to die soon. That's for sure. Not on this turn, but in the next turn, if we get hit by Thoughtseize, that could get us. We didn't. Voice is gonna make a threat if we ever cast something during their turn, which we'll probably have to do on this next turn. I want to keep up the Pestermite in hand if possible. Yep, take it up. And draw the Serum Visions. I'm going to play the Serum Visions, hang on to the Pestermite for next turn, put it in, untap a land. Neither of these is a Kiki Jiki. Bottom the both, and then hope to luck sack on the next turn. I'm going to play Mutavault, and I'm going to throw down a remand on anything the opponent plays just to draw a card. We don't care at this point if they're making another thing because we're just going to die. Not the best draw, tapped land. Maybe want to readjust that. Opponent also had a uh, bopper, BOP, Birds of Paradise on the play, and that kind of got us. We missed our second land as well, so had no bolt. To turn 2 voice, like everything about this game went wrong, and we still have a chance to win. We could even survive the next turn if the opponent does nothing. Let's see. Kitchen Finks is interesting. So if we remand that, then we're pretty much going to be assuming that we're dead next turn. If we let it resolve, then we can Pestermite to tap the Siege Rhino. And if we counter it, we draw a card, and that's a key thing. We only have 2 life to pay. I'm gonna remand it. I realize like that we're risking certain death, but at least we have 2 draws to hit a. Well, maybe the opponent has Abrupt Decay, but we have 2 chances for a Kiki Jiki to win. I like to win. Also, things going on. There was a Star City Games, and it was filled with white-red aggro. Come on, Kiki. Hey, I'm gonna concede. We're dead. Well, we can Pestermite, tap Siege Rhino, Mutavault, block the Elemental, and then survive. I guess we're not dead. Maybe we can top deck again. Yup, there was an SCG. It's all white-red, which is kind of my thing. That's what I've been looking at. How do you win the mirror? How do you have the best version? I've got a version that's not in the top 8. One of my players, our players in the mastermind, Eric James Gosnell, got 24th place. He went 11-4 with a version from the mastermind. Tap that. Shout out to Andrea Biaggi for help bringing this deck to my attention. What else? Yo, check out my other channel, youtube.com/TravisWoo. We have some really cool stuff going on over there. Daily videos, building momentum, sharing one useful thing a day. Today's thought is Path to Exile. Alright, I'm just going to concede. That gets pathed, and we have no chance. We arguably never had a chance. So I'm going to change Sower of Temptation, needs to be in here. Sword seems good. I kind of like Spellskite. I'm tempted for Pyroclasm. Vendilion Click seems okay. I feel like we might want Scion of Unas. We can always chump with Scion. I feel like I want Scion more than Vendilion Click. We can always chump with Scion to get rid of it later. And then I'm going to cut a 1 Remand. Remand can be pretty good, pretty bad if they're able to get their stuff going. And I'm going to cut into the Remand for a Pyroclasm. And we'll try it. Ready to rock. Sundays is our game shape meeting. We will share our successes from the past week Make a commitment to a change over the next week. This hand seems decent. We can remand on the or spell stutter on the second turn. Pester Might. We have Sower of Temptation, which could win the match. Lead with the Conclave is good this game because we can use it and we have no use for the mana on turn 1 anyways. So shout out to Fairy Conclave for being a good Magic card. See if the opponent has. Maybe we want more Clasms just to deal with the birds. If we get to a game 3, I'm going to reevaluate that. Would I rather have a Remand or a Clasm here? The issue is Clasm kills our own stuff, so that's pretty real disadvantage. Cascade Bluffs, pass the turn, ready to Sprite a 1-drop or Remand a 2 or a 3-drop. Next turn, I kind of like going Scion into Sower. Green White, Tidehole score, Remand that one. Definitely. And we drew a land, which is cool. Opponent has another land. And a birds. Yeah, man, Clasm would be insanity. Best draw would be Mutavault or Lightning Bolt, probably. Probably Mutavault or Lightning Bolt. That was not a good draw. So, what do we want to do? I think it's get down a Scion of Una in response to a Scholar. And go aggro in the air. Opponent pretty much is going to have to take Sower, probably. And then we're going to have Pestermite and Sprite to control. So I'm going to go for the Scion of Una in response and say sure. We could have also gone for a Pestermite tap, but I feel like Scion is our most important card here. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. See what they take. If anything, what's it gonna be? Is it gonna be the Sower? A lot of people ask me why I keep moving, and my question is, why does it make sense to stay still? If you look at the human animal, the human animal is a bipedal creature that historically, in the 99.9% of the time, has walked for 10 plus miles a day. Only in the past 100 years, with the explosion of the Model T car and internet jobs and computer jobs, have people become sedentary, and obesity became a real problem. It's a new problem. So the question is, why did everybody stop moving all of a sudden? Did everybody figure it out? I don't think so. So I know people are like, yo, dude, you're moving. I am moving. Interesting. They took the Sprite. We drew a Vial, which is pretty stinky draw. Gonna attack in the air. And then could throw down the Sower on the Scholar, but I feel like we could do better. And we can play Pestermite. I chose to just hold the Vial for this game. I don't think we necessarily need the mana. Maybe I should have played it. There's a lot of maybes in Magic. I certainly don't care that much. Certainty, that's another thing that I learned. People are really attracted to certainty. People don't really like maybe, I don't know, Sin Collector. Choose an instant or sorcery card from it and exile it. That's not actually very good against us. Maybe, I don't know. We want more Clasms if we make it to the next game. People don't like that. I that will definitely happen. I will do that. I'll be there. It will get done. That's what people like to hear. And I'm gonna let the Scholar attack. So maybe the Pester might. I'm gonna do something sneaky and wake up Fairy Conclave instead of playing Pestermite. This dodges Abrupt Decay if that was the opponent's plan. And if they path it, I think I care a little bit less. Because they're just turning our land into another land. And it has a hexproof, so they can't even path it. I think they're figuring that out right now. Okay, or maybe they have two paths. Use that, get an island. Is there another path? That seemed to work out pretty decently. Traded our Fairy Conclave with a Scholar and got our Spellstutter sprite back. I think I definitely should have played the Fairy Conclave a few turns ago. We're tapped though. If the opponent's got a 1 or a 2 drop, they could sneak it out. Voice of Resurgence could cause us some problems. A long session today. Maybe I should have broke it up into multiple vids. Yeah, I definitely should have played the Vial back in the day. I'm gonna do it now. Pass the turn. We've got Pestermite, we've got Spellstutter Sprite. We have a few options. We have Sower. I really want to protect Sower with Spellstutter Sprite. If there's a Siege Rhino or a Voice or something like that, we can take it. Hmm. 3. Eldritch Evolution. We can't counter it. It costs 3 mana, so it's gonna resolve. And it can get a 5 drop. Sigarda, flying hexproof. Pretty good against us. Pretty good. Doesn't have trample. And we can race it, so it's not a game over, but definitely pretty annoying. Throw out Pestermite here. Tap a birds. Crack the Tarn. Steam Vents. And take up Vial, which I should have done 2 turns ago. Spellskite. I like it. Throw it down. I feel like this favors us right now. I could be wrong, but I definitely get the sense that the board is relatively tied, and if the opponent tries to pull ahead on board, the Sower of Temptation is going to fuck them up. 3 mana. Spike Feeder is fine. So the infinite combo is with Archangel of Thune. We can't counter it anyways, because I tapped mana to play Spellskite. Okay, we lose to Eldritch Evolution, actually. If the opponent has another one. On this turn, we wouldn't lose if I hadn't tapped out. Do I want to Pestermite a land right now? No, I want to keep mana up. Interesting. Is it going to make it back to us? Nice. Alright, so I guess we're like kind of slightly behind the race, especially because of Spike Feeder. But we could pull ahead by Sower to take a birds and to chump block, and also we can top deck a Kiki Jiki at any time. Yes. And Fairy Conclave can put us into the lead. The thing doesn't have trample, is a key thing to note. Attack for 4. Opponent has no cards left. We can push for 6. Opponent's at 12. Yeah, we win this race anyways. If nothing changes, actually, yeah, we do win this race because even with the spike feeder, we can make the opponent sack the spike feeder in 2 turns. We can counter anything that costs 3 or less. Tidehollow Score. Don't really want to use Spell Stutter Sprite, but we don't have much of a choice here. The issue is if the opponent chooses not to race, we don't have attacks, and then it's whoever draws their combo first. Didn't really want a Sprite there, but I don't see an alternative. I mean, letting it resolve doesn't seem very good. We're close to just alphaing, but actually, never mind. The opponent has chump blocks. That's something I forgot about. Also, shout out to Gavany Township. That card would totally fucking crush us. I hope the opponent attacks. Wow. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Take the other vial up, sure. Take it up towards 4. Yes. Mutavault. It's not a terrible draw. I mean, that's one of the things about our deck is, well, it does suck to get flooded. We're much better at flooding than your average bear. I'm okay going to 4 life because Siege Rhino does 3. And I want to push as much as possible. We could throw down Sower right now. Oops, I F6'd. Oh well. I could have thrown down Sower to just take a birds. I don't really like that much. The risk is the opponent draws another Scholar and we lose it. Wow. Why so aggro? Why so aggro? One card off the top. I mean, I guess they figure that waiting is not the answer, and they're not wrong. Lightning Bolt. Opponent has 1 card. We could Sower to take a birds right now. I'm gonna do that. The opponent can tap it in response. Whatever. We say that we attack with the Conclave. The opponent blocks, takes 4, 5. Oh, they let us keep it untapped. In that case, I'm definitely going to push with the Conclave. We could push with the Vault, but the opponent's going to have to use the feeder anyways. So if we push with the Vault, let's say the opponent blocks and takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, gain 2. It doesn't make sense to attack with the Vault. Spellskite. We still have Spellskite to protect our Sower. We have Bolt to break up a combo. Sigarda does not have Trample. We've got 2 blockers for it. Opponent does choose to play around Lightning Bolt. You're not wrong, opponent. This is an epic, epic match. We have another game ahead. Opponent's at 2. If they choose to use Spike Feeder, we can kill them in response. That's kind of a good spot to be in. My hand is going numb. Holding it up. Blood goes to the down from the hand. Gravity is a good thing to pay attention to. Eternal Witness. Sure. Can get a path, but that would just exile our Spellskite. Targeting path to exile, sure. I'm not gonna let you kill me. I guess if there's 2 removal spells, we would die. Oh, the opponent tapped all their white mana. They fucked up hilariously. They tapped all of their white mana. Oh, I think they maybe wanted to Eternal Wit. Yeah, I don't really get what they did, but we won that game. All right, back to sideboarding. I feel like we want the Chasms, right? I feel like we can. The Remans are super good against Eldritch Evolution, but otherwise not very good. Sword does seem pretty decent. Scion seemed great. The opponent has not seen Kiki Jiki, so I still want to bet on that. Serum Visions, we could maybe cut a land. The Chasms just feel really good. Cut more Remans. It's so good against Eldritch Evolution. On the draw, though, I think I'd prefer to have Chasms. It's a gamble, but I'm going to rock with it. Not going to change the land base. So we still have a deck the opponent hasn't seen. We've got the Kiki Jiki combo, and we've got Pyroclasm sweepers. So it's nice to have leftovers for game 3. I'm going to keep this. I'm concerned about Tidehollow Sculler, but this hand is pretty good. It can cast our Kiki Jiki, and it has Serum Visions to get going. The opponent has no 1-drop. That seems helpful for us. Scalding Tarn. We kind of need to take the damage here. We do need to take the damage. Steam Vents. Because. So, there's a chance I'm going to bottom both. We don't need a 6th and 7th land. We can cast our Kiki. We have 2 Scions. The thing about the Scions and the Kiki, and that's why I'm not rocking a bunch in the main deck, is it's Shroud and not Hexproof. Voice. Well, we cut our counter spells for a reason. Pestermite. Alright, new game plan. New game plan. We'll see if the opponent has discard. But the new game plan is to win by surprise. I'm not sure whether the Scion's going to get played or not. Interesting. Birds. Okay. I think we're going to have to worry about discard on the next turn, because the opponent just unlocked their black. If we draw red mana, I will definitely throw it at the birds. And I want to be concerned about Path Exiles as well. Chasm off the top. Another Pestermite. If we're going to play it, I want to play it now. I'm going to go play a Pestermite. That just feels wrong. I feel like I should have played a Scion, because we can use the extra mana later. Like next turn we can go Pestermite Scion. Potentially. Play it different depending on if the opponent has discard or not. I hope to see Sin Collector. Like, please play Sin Collector. I don't care. Would I trade for, we can see Coco, Eldritch Evolution, for Collected Company, Hierarch, and Finks? Okay. So, how do we, and an Overgrown Tomb. How do we like sneak attack a win? Again, by the way, Pyroclasm, we have 3. Can we please draw the sideboard card? Don't really want to, oh, we chump block that bad. So cards that are gonna destroy us: Path Exile, Abrupt Decay. Don't have it. So here's what I'm interested in doing. This is like kind of a gamble. Wait a minute. We don't actually have the mana to do that. I'm just gonna go for the win. Like, we could easily lose. So what I'm gonna do is attack with Pestermite, pretend like nothing's fishy, pass the turn, use Pestermite end of the turn to tap mana if there's mana available. That's the game plan. That's how we're gonna not lose, or rather win. I'm not playing to not lose, I'm playing to win. It's like, how can we possibly win? If the opponent doesn't have discard here, which I feel like they might have played if they had it, and we can sneak through the Kiki-Jiki kill. If they have Siege Rhino, so be it. I don't feel like Pestermite or Scion of Una is necessarily the winner here. They're leaving up all their mana. That signals to me another collected company. We could throw Tectonic Edge. I don't see that doing it. There's a Lightning Bolt. I think I would have liked that a ways back. Let's just go for the win. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope that you have an amazing day. And just go for the win. You might get blown out, but at least you tried. At least you went for it. Kiki-Jiki Pestermite's an infinite combo, which may or may not happen. Like, there's a good chance we're just getting pathed. Yep. It was a good match, though. Oh. Oh. Collected company is interesting. What's it gonna be? Is there an Orzhov Pontiff to kill our Pestermite? There's a Birds and a Witness. A Witness picking up Coco as gas. Are you gonna path? Okay. Are you gonna path me, bro? Dustin. Slow roll. Kiki-Jiki in play. Tap. Pestermite. Pestermite untapping Kiki-Jiki. It's looking alright. Yes. Is the opponent gonna make us do this? I need to focus. Kiki-Jiki, Pestermite. We won. We did it. Believe in yourself. Play for the win. Sometimes, if you don't go for the win, you can't win. Sometimes you just have to risk losing in order to win. That's the takeaway. Hope you found this useful. Hope you enjoyed. If you watched to the end and you haven't taken the free workshop, make sure to do that. If you're interested in signing up for Game Shape or the Magic Mastermind, then you should do that right now, because I'm not going to be taking signups for at least the first week I'm in Hawaii, which is October 10th or 11th. So you should get scheduled right away. There's links to that below. Fitness training and magic training. Much love, and see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Take care. Take action.